Welcome to the GoalZero Toolbox Talk series. Today's Toolbox Talk: Construction Material Storage. Proper material storage and good site housekeeping guidelines are vital to every construction site. This is especially true with finished materials, as receiving the materials from the supplier can take so long after the order is placed. It also makes good sense, since materials must be stacked and placed properly so you can access the materials easily and safely. Stack materials properly and only to recommended heights. Keep aisles and passageways clear. Never store materials in such a way as to block either. Never store materials within 6 feet of a hoistway entrance, floor opening, or on second floors and higher. Segregate incompatible materials. In Canada, storage of incompatible materials falls under either the federal or provincial fire code applicable to your jurisdiction. Don't stack flammables next to combustibles. Never store more materials than are to be used immediately on scaffolds or runways. Remove all nails from lumber stacks. Block all cylindrical storage areas to prevent spreading or tilting. When possible, cross-tie the tiers of a material to increase support. If heavy materials or large quantities of materials are to be stored on floors above grade, know the load limits of the floor and don't exceed them. Under many regulations, each shelf in a shelving unit must have the load limit for the shelf posted on each shelf. Remember, one way to increase efficiency and safety on the job is to store materials correctly the first time. Injuries often occur when moving, handling, and storing materials. We don't think twice before moving a box, how we handle it or where we put it. Back injuries and strains or sprains are just some of the injuries that can occur from improper lifting. Here are some tips to remember when moving, handling, or storing materials, and what to do if an incident does occur. Things to consider when manually moving material. Be sure you can lift the weight of the load. Grasp the load with your hand and not just your fingers. Review the path of travel for hazards. Handles/holders can be attached to a load to reduce the chances of fingers being pinched or crushed. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE. Gloves. Safety glasses. Protective footwear. Store materials properly. Keep storage areas neat and organized. Do not store materials in designated walkways. Do not block exits, fire extinguishers, fire alarms, etc. Place combustible and flammable materials in their appropriate location. Reduce the size and weight of the objects being lifted, use a mechanical lifting aid if needed, and change the height of the shelf if required. Consider the height, weight, accessibility, condition of containers, and location of storage when storing materials. Load limits must be posted in storage areas. Check labels for height limitations. Take a few minutes to secure a lifting aid or ask for help to prevent an ergonomic injury.